So moving on. So I was going to talk about how I watched Moonfall and how we watched it after The Last of Us Episode 3.
Right.
Because The Last of Us Episode 3 destroyed Dorothy. She was inconsolable. So we need to wash out our brains with Moonfall. It was awesome. It was incredible. Both are fine, but it's not anime, so we're not going to talk about it. What I do want to talk about, however, is actually not my best boy. Actually, I kind of do want to talk about my best boy. I think we'll get to our flashback episode with the news in a little bit later.
Yep.
But do you have a best boy this week?
You go first.
Okay, I have. You're gonna find your best boy.
I'm gonna figure it out.
It's right here. It's
Yeah, it
so
could be
easy.
him.
So easy. So best boy this week, Jack the Ripper. Yeah.
Never mind.
No
I'm going
context.
first.
No context.
Never mind. I'm going first.
Jack. So recently, the anime Record of Ragnarok came back.
Right.
And Record of Ragnarok got absolutely. You know what's ironic is the last time I had a podcast, we talked about Record of Ragnarok.
Yeah.
But Record of Ragnarok came back with season 2, and season 1 not good. Like,
Oh, it's too good?
No, not good.
Oh.
Like at all.
No, 2, I mean.
It's well, I'm building my way there.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like all flip book animation in season 1. It's just like it shows a bunch of like pictures of like all of the fists that are getting thrown at each other, and then it's just like literally like
It's a
slideshow.
PowerPoint.
It was awful. And which is crazy because the entire premise of the show is sick.
Yeah.
It's 7 gods battling against 7 humans to decide humans' fate. And you have like Zeus battling against Adam and all of this. And it's like these fights deserved really cool animation, and they didn't get it. And the bigger problem than that was even when we were getting okay animation for the fights, is we were getting reaction shots. It'd be like Lu Bu swings his hammer, misses, and everyone's like, oh, that hammer was big. And it was like 90% of the show was either slideshows or reactions. It was killer.
Right.
So season 2 came out. The first fight is like 6 episodes. And it's Hercules versus Jack the Ripper.
Nice.
Which is a crazy sentence.
Stacked matchup.
Insane sentence to say out loud.
Yeah.
Jack the Ripper, absolute menace, is a like a demi-human who's able to see emotions with his like he's got like when your eyes are different color, heterochromia, and one of his eyes allows him to see the color of people's emotion, and he like wants to kill people because the color that their emotions turn when he kills them is this beautiful shade of purple. And Hercules is like, I'm gonna win for the gods, but I'm gonna speak up for the humans so they don't get eliminated and all of this. Like crazy fight. The CG not great, but significantly better than season 1.
Have you tried the manga? Manga's apparently sick.
Yeah, I mean, because the manga, like, but the thing is, you go into the manga being like, I have to make the animation in my brain.
Right.
And it's like, we don't want to watch the manga in color on the screen. You know, like you want,
I feel like
I want to see the manga panels get connected.
Yeah, true. But it's also like, for some reason, when I tried the first season, the animation is so bad.
Yeah.
I couldn't even bring myself to like consider that the story would be good. You know what I mean? Like
the story's not.
It's not
good. It's
okay.
not. It's not a story. Like, it's not.
So there's nothing to bring you to it
really,
for season 1.
It's a power tournament. That's it. It's just like 2 strong dudes beating the hell out of each other. It's Seth the programmer's wet dream. Like it's exactly like what you see is what you get. And that's kind of what we're getting with season 2. Like the animation is better. There's CG moments. Hercules has a cool story where he's like, it talks about him starting as like Archilles.
Nice.
Or whatever his name.
Hercules.
I think it's something like Hercules. And then he becomes like a god by drinking Zeus's blood and all that, and he wants to save humans. And then Jack the Ripper's just like, I love killing people. And he
do be killing people.
But my thing is, all right, we're choosing one serial killer.
Yeah.
One serial killer to fight for humanity against the gods, and we choose a British dude?
What are you talking about?
Okay. But listen, there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with the Brits. But Jack the Ripper confirmed 5 kills.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, well, he never got caught. Dude, it was in the 1800s. Of course he didn't get caught. You could just put on a different mustache.
Yeah, you could shoot someone in the head in broad daylight.
As long as nobody was like, as long as you were going, my name's Jack, as you were pulling the trigger, you could get away.
It's very easy to get away with crimes back then.
Like there's like entire crime movies in like the 1920s where they were just bank robbed and they were like, my name's Sally the Tom Gun, and he's like announcing himself, like he's like, take a photo with me, and just drives away in a car that's a little bit faster than everyone else's.
They were doing press tours back then. Yeah,
they were like people. The thing is, like with who are the famous Bonnie and Clyde? People knew the hometown that they lived in.
Yeah,
and they just had to like stake it out, and like they would drive through sometimes, and like the entire town would help them, and there was nothing they could do until they got Texas Rangers. So like, the fact that we think that Jack the Ripper is the best serial killer we could put forward,
I think
Ed Kemper, 7 foot tall.
Well, I feel like Jack the Ripper is the most tasteful one, just because you don't want anyone with living victims fighting Hercules. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that would be true.
You don't want like Dahmer fighting Zeus.
Yeah, like it's like the man who escaped Dahmer, just like being like, I'm sorry, did he just kill Hercules?
Yeah, he's got crazy like supervision. Like,
oh my god, that would be so bad. You're absolutely
I feel
right.
Like, you definitely don't want like something like that.
Oh,
Like
that
you don't
would
want
be
the guy who
so
did the
bad.
Boston Massacre.
Yeah, it's just like Ed Kemper's like surviving like sorority college, like the people who like got in his car but got out. Like that would be awful.
I think that might have been a
yeah.
good
So
move.
as long as you like all of your victims are dead.
Yeah.
Fine.
I was still shocked that like
we chose Jack the Ripper.
I still reeled a bit. I was like, oh, that was a guy who like straight up like cut off women's breasts and like butchered them. Like,
but it happened 200 years ago, so it's fine.
Oh, fuck it. Then.
Those women would be dead anyways.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, those women would have their breasts cut off anyway by now.
Yeah, it's subcutaneous fat. It's the first thing that decomposes.
Yeah, weird call. Record of Ragnarock,
kind of wild,
but still, like,
I'm still waiting for them to pull out Jesus on God's side. Like they have Buddha. Like it's like there's still like very active Buddhists. I'd
see Jesus like fight a Buddha sure.
What would Jesus's power be? Because they all have like
healing.
What?
Healing.
But that's not gonna help him in a fight.
Jesus would be whipping out jutsus. He was walking on water and shit. He's got chakra.
Oh my god, he does. But like I'm saying offensive ability, what would Jesus have? What if he had like a nail gun? Or he's got the cross.
I was thinking
he's got
cross,
this
like
super
a big
metal,
cross.
It's a metal like axe, but it's in like the shape of a cross.
That'd be hype.
That'd be
real cool. Well, I'm trying to think. What's some like?
Or he's just using the power of his abs.
Yeah, what's some like deep Jesus lore that like some offensive deep?
He's like
Jesus
washing.
lore.
He's like washing their feet. He's just like
What if he like summons crusaders? Like he's like a conjurer, you know?
That'd be sick. He's just like getting the 13th Crusade. And it's a bunch of children charging at you.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy. But Buddha, they made Buddha hot.
Did they?
Hot.
I feel like that's typically the routine.
God, they made Buddha hot. But they made Ares ugly. I don't love Loki's design, but Buddha.
I'm surprised they didn't make Buddha just like a big
chubby
dude.
guy.
Yeah.
Like sexy, like looks like
ripped,
like looks like Chris Hemsworth if he like committed his entire life to skating at Venice Beach.
Crazy.
Like he's like chewy. He's got like a lollipop.
He's chewy.
Like, he's got like a chupa chup. And he's just like always chewing it, and he's got like sunglasses, and he's like, they're like, have you been helping the humans? He's like, I don't know. He's got this long, luxurious, gorgeous.
Nice, that's my Buddha.
And he was like, yeah, exactly. About time I feel represented in a religion. Like, oh my goodness. And then the first fight, okay. Second fight, they got right back to the same old bullshit.
Oh,
it's like the world's greatest sumo wrestler against Shiva, the god of destruction.
Just like a dude versus like...
Well, no, it's like this guy went like 252 and 10 in his like blah 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 amount of years as a sumo wrestler. He's like,
I feel like nobody who can be stopped by like just a gun should be going up against gods. Like it's just
but every human they put up could just be stopped by a gun.
At least if you do like Lubu or something, there's a mythology around him where it's like he's got this cool armor, or like Rasputin is a man who's known for being unkillable.
True.
In our history.
Yeah. Is Rasputin in it?
A guy, he should be. That's what I'm like. That's a man with powers.
Yeah.
You're gonna put up like the hot dog eating champion against
Joey
Ares?
Chestnut.
Yeah, like
Joey Chestnut's out there just like using hot dogs like a dart gun.
Like why do they have Poseidon fighting Keemstar? Like as if that's like a competition at all. Like.
But the battle against Poseidon was actually kind of cool because it was like the guy who had lost like the most amount of battles. And what's cool about these like kind of shows and like Fate and all of that is like, they'll say these super obscure names, and I'll be like, who is that? Yeah. And like with the wrestling guy, it was like this guy who they say like he was so strong, he had like grow, like his muscles were so strong they shattered his bones. So he had to grow more muscles to unshatter his bones. And like there's
Hold on.
No.
Slow yourself down.
I'm not done yet. And there was like 48 principles of sumo wrestling, and he wasn't allowed to do 4 of them because he was so strong.
His muscles were so big.
Yeah.
They broke his own bones.
So they're saying like until he was 3 years old, he couldn't walk. And then the first time he tried to walk, his muscles, when they like were first being used, shattered all his bones.
Sounds like he was a shitty walker.
Yeah, but then they're like,
sounds like he was embarrassed because he was bad at walking. But then he
essentially became a shark and like used his cartilage, like the body, like made his body cartilage out of muscles.
I'm saying I think he was maybe embarrassed. He wasn't good at walking his first try. everyone's pretty good.
Fell
typically.
over and he was like,
Fell over and he was
"Oh!"
like, no, it's my muscles, guys.
Everything shattered.
Yeah, oh, my muscles are too strong.
Whole femur.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Italian.
Yeah,
he's like,
he's like,
my
hey,
tibia.
oh, my muscles are too strong.
They're like, you know what? You would be great for sumo.
Yeah.
But like, it was like him versus Shiva. Cool-ish battle. It's just like, them. It's like, one launches an attack. He's like, oh. And then like, they show like Aphrodite's boobs jiggle. And it's like, all right, we're back to our same old bullshit.
This is like getting me to want to check out the manga a bit.
I'm sure the manga's fun.
Yeah.
So in summation, Record of Ragnarok, it's fine. They're kind of back onto their usual bullshit, which is a shame. If we're talking about the real news, oh wait, you still have to do your best boy.
I have a best boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know, and I'm hoping you do, because I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
Donghua?
Donghua.
Donghua?
Chinese, that's Chinese
anime.
manga. Or, yeah.
Yeah, am I getting it right?
Yeah,
Donghua?
Donghua, I believe it is.
Yeah. Hype.
So good. Have you
That's my best boy. No,
what is it?
Fog Hill of the
Fog Hill of the Five Elements?
Yeah.
Oh
no.
my god. You haven't seen it?
I've seen like the clips.
It's impossible to find.
Yeah. It's not like a completed show.
No, when me and Dorothy watched it, I think there was 3 episodes out.
I think it's like a proof of concept.
We
like,
had to go into
like to be one.
We had to go deep into the interwebs.
Yeah.
And there was times where like it wasn't fully translated, but fortunately Dorothy's fluent in Chinese. It was her first language, so she'd be like, here's what they're saying.
Yeah,
so like
that's
if you're not in that situation, not easy to watch.
Yeah.
That show, the best fight choreography I've ever seen.
Yeah. Say it one more time. The title of it?
Fog Hill of the Five Elements.
Just so people know.
Yeah, Fog Hill of the Five Elements. You're not gonna find it, probably not.
Yeah.
There is like some websites that might have 3 or 4 episodes.
There's like the fights are on YouTube. Like I've seen that, and yeah, the animation's like unreal.
It's a small team, I think. It's a small team of people like animating it. It's about the 5 elements that are like personified through gods fighting against demons or something.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I watched it. You can find it like roughly translated in English in some places. It's kind of tough though. But if you look up the clips on YouTube, because when it comes to battles, I've never seen anything to that level.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me that like China and Korea are making this big push for like pushing out manga or manhwa or donghua, like those kinds of things. Like we're getting an anime of Solo Leveling soon. We already got the Tower of God.
Oh, is that Chinese? Or
It's Korean. So that is a manhwa, not a donghua. And so we're getting Soul Leveling. We've gotten Tower of God. We've got God of High School.
We're getting is God of High School. What's that from?
That is it's a web comic, but it's
is it
Korean.
from?
It's manhwa.
Interesting. We're getting another one that I've had my eye on is like Blade of the Guardians. Just because the trailer for that looked nuts.
Wait, is that the really well animated one?
Yeah.
I was trying
like an
to
insane.
I was trying to find what it was called, and I just kept looking like Chinese anime. Good animation, and I was getting nothing.
Blade of the Guardians. There's a trailer out. I meant for a while, I was like, oh, I should like get on top of this. No one's talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read the manga or whatever it's called.
Fully in Chinese.
It's not just that, but it is like 100 chapters, and I was like, oof.
My God.
Yeah, I was like, I won't even read One Piece. Like,
yeah, One Piece is like.
Well, but I just mean like I won't even read like
chapters.
I won't even read a manga I enjoy, let alone this one that I like.
See, my thing is if the anime is gonna look that good, I don't feel the need to read the manga.
The mangas, it feels like a Demon Slayer situation, like
where the manga
art
might
does
be uglier.
Not keep up.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my best boy is Donghua.
Donghua.
Because
so cultured. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.